What's up, everybody? It is Stryker at KROQ. So excited to have these guys hang out for a little bit. Badflower is here. What's up, guys?
Hola. How's it going?
Wow, everything is great. Josh, I'll go to you first. When you guys walked in, I said, man, I feel professional today. And you said, you feel professional.
Yeah, we're not used to this.
No, I don't
We're usually
understand
not allowed in places like this. I don't think you realize.
Now, why would they not allow you in? Because it's a newer band, or you always feel like the underdog, or you just always think you're maybe not as big as you are in the moment?
Right, a bit of all of that, I think. Yeah, we still feel like a garage band that doesn't have anything going on.
Yeah, we're being thrusted in front of cameras and radio stations, and we're still
it's all
a baby
very
band.
new. We haven't
Still a
had
baby
time to
band.
soak it in. We've also had a very busy schedule, so.
And don't you think it's possible, if you are able to keep that thought in your entire career, and I've seen it with bands, that you're always the underdog, you're never going to take anything for granted.
Right.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, part of us hopes that happens, and then the other part hopes that we're not the underdog
We want-
anymore,
we
and
want
that would
the
be great as well.
comforts- The comforts of not being the underdog. So, like, the nice
We
tour
just need to keep up
bus
the
and
appearance that we're the underdog.
Right,
That's the trick.
right.
But really, we're just like billionaires and loving our lives.
And of course, the truth is, all musicians, especially early on, are billionaires, right? Because when you sign the deal, they give you $1 billion. Does that still happen?
absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a solid billion.
Absolutely.
You got it. Yeah.
I buried mine in my backyard. Buried the $1 billion.
Your personal billion.
My personal
You buried.
billion, yeah.
Right.
My mom has it somewhere.
Right.
Doesn't build interest that way.
That's okay. That's fine.
You just get more interested in it.
One of the many things I am enjoying on my side of things is every day when I play your band, you get a new fan because they tweet me, Instagram, or call and say, who's this band? And that makes me so excited. So I kind of want to rewind a little bit. Alex, how did the group come together?
Oh, goodness. Josh and Joey had been playing in another band before, and then they found me because I was playing in a bunch of bands at the time.
Now, found you. Were you at the Roxy? Were you hanging out Hollywood Boulevard?
I was at
What were you
a
doing?
Halloween house party. And
Okay.
they attended
that
the party.
is how it happened,
Yeah,
isn't
they
it?
attended the house party, and I was playing in 3 bands at the time at that party. And I think that impressed them. So
But
they're-
also, you should mention that the two of us went to high school together.
No, I don't like mentioning that because you're the cool guy in that story.
Well, yeah, he hates mentioning it because I was super popular and awesome, and we weren't friends because he was like one of those weird metal kids that didn't shower enough.
Right.
You know?
it's
Still
the
looks like it,
opposite.
but now he showers more than I do.
yeah,
For the record.
because I'm scarred from not showering in high school.
But we weren't friends in high school. We met up later, probably in our early 20s or something, right?
yeah.
Where did you guys go to school? In Los Angeles? Out of where was it?
Simi Valley, California.
Okay.
Santa Susana High School.
Good old Simi,
The land of the arts.
land of the hat and McDonald's.
Santa Susana, I've been to that high school, not
Have
for
you?
bad reasons, for good reasons.
Oh.
Blink-182, we had play that high school years ago.
No
They
way.
won the contest.
What year?
That had to be like 2004, something like
Oh,
that.
man.
Or 3. Yeah,
No
Blink-182
way.
played Santa Susana, which
That would
was
have been their freshman year.
2004,
No, 2004 I was 13.
was my freshman year.
No,
Yeah.
right. Oh, I was at middle.
We're not
school.
here to do math, Al. We're
I
doing
know,
an
I know.
interview.
My bad.
That's all right. We have all the time in the world.
Good.
And Joey,
Yeah.
what's your background in terms of where you grew up? How long have you been playing your instruments? Did you take lessons? And how in the world do you know these guys?
I grew up in Northern California, a little town called Gilroy. I started playing guitar when I was about 12 years old. And I moved to Los Angeles in 2008 because that's what everyone thinks you should go to get in the industry. It just happened to sort of work out for me. But I met Josh in an apartment building we were both living in. We were going to the same, well, not the same school, but we were both going to school for music. And we kind of met each other, and we each dropped out about a month later and moved in together. We switched roommates, and we've been playing ever since. So
When
it's
you
been about
decided
10
to move
years.
down here, did you have any...
No.
Were your parents say, no, what are you doing? You're a young guy. What are
Not
you
at
doing
all.
going
Not
down
at
here?"
all. They were very, very supportive.
Okay.
Extremely supportive.
All right.
I think I fooled them into thinking that I wanted to go to school just so they could help me out.
And it's going pretty well. And do you ever say, look, I made the right decision here?
Not yet.
Well, after
no.
a series of really bad decisions, though, like both
Yeah.
of us dropped out, spent all of our tuition money on recording gear because we thought that we were going to record other bands. I don't know. We had all these dumb dreams that didn't work. The one dream that worked was being in a rock and roll band.
It is work.
Never happens.
Who would have thought?
We're like, let's do all this stuff. We're gonna record bands. We're gonna do like production. We're gonna do all these things that are like tangible dreams. Nope, none of that worked. We never made any money, and then we started a rock and roll band, and now we're actually doing something special with our lives.
Nice, and you're doing awesome. Anthony, I gotta go to you. You play drums.
All right, I do.
I've taken no lessons in anything in life, which is why I'm just above average. You rule. When did you start playing drums? Was it your first choice? Were you in the school marching band?
Well, my grandmother is a piano teacher, so I started on piano, but I got disinterested pretty quickly and found the drums, and I started playing when I was like 7. So it's been a while. But I had some lessons a little bit here and there, and then I moved out here to go to music school also, but I didn't meet those guys during that era, but it turns out we lived 1 block from each other during that same time. So, yeah, that's what brought me out here. I'm from Pittsburgh.
Okay.
So
Got it. Josh, as things are really starting to progress for you guys as we're heading into 2019, what's been the most difficult part of just getting to this point? And there's still a long way to go, but what's been difficult as a group to get to this point?
As a group, nothing. We've nailed it. Personally, I suffer with anxiety problems, like huge, humongous anxiety problems. But then again, I have to backtrack and say that's probably been the best thing that could have happened to the band, because the song that we wrote was, inspired by that. And I don't think that song would have been written had I not been having panic attacks on stage every night and wanting to not make music anymore.
And you're talking about the song Ghost.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of bands, especially lately. Life is not just champagne and we're going to the club. Like, everyone, if you're 15 or 55, we're dealing with stuff in our head. I mean, and you did it so eloquently in the song. Is it easy or difficult to lay that out there for people to hear it?
Easy. Difficult a little bit to show it to family and friends and close people, but also was the best thing that I could have done because it opened up the dialogue within my circles, just like how the song is helping other people to open up the dialogue within their own family circles and all that. And it's been easier to perform now that that song is the single and people are showing up to the shows, having listened to that and being fans of that song, because I feel like when I go out on stage, I can be entirely myself. And whatever version of that may be that night. If I have anxiety, if I'm anxious, if I'm panicky, if I need to leave the stage, I can say whatever I want to this audience and not have to put on some like fake show like I'm somebody that I'm not. And it makes it so much easier and better and satisfying to perform because of, that connection that we have now with our audience.
And you have this connection and you've put it out there, but that isn't necessarily a cure for anxiety, is it?
No.
No,
it helps for sure.
Okay.
It helps a lot, but it's not a cure. I wish I had a cure. The next song would be about how to cure it.
Right.
And everybody would be happy and all would be well with the world. But no, I don't know how to cure it. I just know how to stop giving it so much power, I suppose, and that's by just confronting it head on. That's what I've done.
Just to dig a little bit deeper, if it's okay,
Sure.
Are you afraid, or is the anxiety come from you're not doing good enough in your own mind, or you're not pleasing maybe your family or friends or people you've never met in your life who live out there who may know of you?
This is like a real therapy session now. It just got real deep. I'm not entirely sure. I know that for myself, I'm a perfectionist and I worry about not being the best version of myself a lot, and I get in my head about that a lot, and I think I end up self-sabotaging because of it. So that probably has a lot to do with it, as the pressure's gotten a bit higher and the band's starting to do better. That adds to the anxiety. But I also think there's so many personal childhood things that have a lot to do with it, and it's a combination of a lot of stuff.
And having rough edges, super rough sometimes, can be really great to a creative process. Not great on your mind,
right,
but it can create fantastic art. Alex, I'll go to you. What do you remember about creating the song musically with the guys, getting into a room? Did you have early thoughts like, wow, love this song, Ghost?
Absolutely. I mean, absolutely. Yeah. The second I heard it, because I like a lot of bands personally that speak on deep issues, and it was very nice to know that my frontman was willing to put himself out there like that, put himself out there to the world like that. I think it's brave. So yeah, I'm a big fan of the song myself.
What about going in to make the full-length album? I believe as we sit here today, Do you have the name of the new album that comes out in February of 2019?
Dude, it's called Okay, I'm Sick.
Okay, I'm sick.
Yeah.
How many tracks are done, Joey?
13.
Do you
13 on the record.
Do you have more tinkering to do with them, or are you ready to?
Everything
here
is
they are?
completely finished.
Wow.
And it's been done for a while now, but we're just excited to get it out there finally. We're ready for the next record already.
Wow. Where did you make these songs, Anthony? In a fancy studio, in a garage, in a bedroom?
Both. Well, I mean,
All of it.
Josh started writing and demoing everything after we finished tour last summer out in the desert at the house, and then once we got greenlit by the label to make a record, we got the producer Noah Shane and booked the expensive big studio and did all the drums there and some things, and then the rest of it got finished at another smaller studio.
Yeah, it was technically 3 different places.
Yeah.
The Ocean Studios in Burbank, and then our producer's studio in downtown. Both of those, well, actually, I don't know about Ocean, but Noah doesn't have his studio anymore, which is a
Right,
bummer because it was such a cool place. And then in our little desert house out in California City, which you've probably never heard of.
That's if you're going east on the 10. Is it like a left and you go north?
No, it's
Okay.
up to 14, like
Up
past
to 14.
Palmdale, Lancaster, all that. You just keep going until you don't want to be where you are anymore, and you've
And
hit
then
it.
you go right.
And then you make a right, and you've hit it. Yeah.
And so the 4 of you specifically moved in there together, or you were already there?
We all sort of we're in and out. We
Yeah.
all live in separate places. We also tour like 8-9 months out of the year, so none of us really have like homes.
Right.
But that's sort of like this. That's our tour manager Jordan's house, and it's like where we all congregate. And
It's the hub. It's the hippie house.
yeah, when
that-
we're writing, when we're recording, when we're demoing, and doing all that stuff, that's where everybody stays.
And what about when you're done with the songs? It's a long time till February. I mean, it's 3 months or so.
Yeah.
But do you think there's going to be some times? Because I know I may go back in this interview like, I was such an idiot in this one. You may go, are you someone that will go back and be like, I got to change this a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay.
But we've had like 7-8 months of that, and it has happened so many times. It's been mixed twice. The entire
Right.
record has been mixed twice. Everything was finished, and then I insisted on Noah sending me all the files while he was in downtown and I was in the desert house to like start manipulating. I'm like, no, it needs keyboards here. It needs it, or it's not right.
Yeah,
and
well,
like adding vocals. and
I'm
we just,
trying not to listen to the album until it's out. So
We've
that I
been
don't
known
have any
to we've been known to
comments.
try to
You know,
make
for sure.
changes
Yeah,
like
yeah.
right before it's supposed to go into mastering, the day it's supposed to go to mastering. We've been known to still make changes to it.
There's also a song on the record that wasn't meant to go on, and the label requested that we do it literally last minute, and we got home from like a break of a tour or something,
Right.
and just rented some gear, went to the desert house, recorded it real fast. I mean, literally in a day, in a matter of hours, sent it off to Chris Lord-Alge, who mixed the whole record, which
Yeah.
is, he's the best.
He is.
Sent it off to him, he mixed it, it got mastered that day. Like, with under 48 hours, that song was done.
So it's 13 tracks now, but it could be 16 up to 20.
Yeah.
But what's crazy is it took like 6 months to make this record, and then the 13th song that was never meant to be on there, under 40 hours. It like from inception to completion, it was done.
Is it a theme of your life, the record, the collection of songs that we're all going to hear?
It's a theme of, I like to think, everyone's life, at least American culture, Western culture, right now in 2018, 2019.
And
That was
how-
what we set out to do, at least. It was like,
How would you describe that then?
I feel like a lot of rock records now could have been released at any time for any generation. You know, people are very vague in their writing. I mean, there's a lot of great songs out there too, but there's a lot of very vague, easy to understand, easy to relate to kind of music that you would never know if it was released in the 80s and the 70s or released now, because it all sort of sounds the same. And when it comes to genres of music, everything is making a comeback anyway. So like the instrumentation, you just wouldn't know. We set out to make something that so clearly every single song you can tell that it was made now. And it was a rock record made now. And I think that's what I'm so proud of, and I think is so special about it, because I haven't heard another band do that quite as, I don't know, effectively as we have. So, yes, thank you so much.
Thanks, Jordan.
Well, thanks for coming to hang out with me.
Of course, thanks for having us here.
Of
like
course.
I said, we usually aren't allowed in places like this, and it's really nice. Smells good.
That's me, of course.
Clean. Oh, is
Yeah,
it?
of course.
But it is so exciting to have new bands that are authentic, saying what they mean, and talking about things that maybe they would only say in private. And when you put it out there, as I said, it creates something really great. So congrats on everything so far. Wish you the best, and I can't wait to see you guys more often in 2019.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thanks for being here. For Badflower, I'm Stryker. Thanks for hanging out. See you guys.